In just a few hours, we will be Zochem Yeretz Hashem to celebrate the Yom Tov of Shavuos. The Yom Tov when we commemorate the fact that over 3,000 years ago, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us the most beautiful treasure mankind has ever received, the treasure of the Torah Kedosha. But as I mentioned many times in Shiurim this week, we do not simply celebrate historical events, but rather we take a historical event and use it to infuse contemporary meaning. Shavuos offers us the opportunity to recreate, reforge, and infuse inspiration, meaning, and passion into our relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and our relationship with Torah. Torah guides everything we do. Torah guides everything we are. Torah is not just simply something that we learn, but Torah is something that we live. And sometimes whenever you live with something for a long time, you could take it for granted. It happens with people, and it happens with Torah also. Sometimes you just take it for granted. We have a Torah, we have a relationship with Hashem, we have mitzvahs, and even worse, sometimes these things could even become a little bit onerous or a little bit difficult, or sometimes chas v'shalom we could even feel that Torah is a burden because we fail to see the beautiful and magnificent treasure that it truly represents. And so Shavuos offers us the opportunity to be able to go out and take a step back and almost like meet Torah again, meet HaKadosh Baruch Hu again, and find an opportunity to once again find that spark, find that excitement. The Kotzker Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel of Kotzk, points out something amazing. He points out in the story of Sinaitic revelation, in the story of Kabbalah Torah by Har Sinai. So the Torah says, this is in Parshas Yisro, Perek Chaf Pasuk Tezvav, chapter 20, verse 15. The entire nation, they saw the lightning and the thunder. Ves kala shofar, and somehow they even saw the sound of the shofar. Remember again, Sinaitic revelation, Kabbalah Satorah, Har Sinai was a sensory overload. We were able to see things that can normally only be heard, and we were able to hear things that could normally only be seen. So the people have this incredible sensory experience. Lightning, thunder, sound of the shofar. Va'es Sahara, Shane, the mountain was enveloped. The mountain was enveloped in fire, enveloped in smoke. Vayar ha'am, the people saw this. Vayanu'u, vayamdu merachok. Vayanu'u means, so Rashi points out, it means that literally means they moved. Rashi understands it to mean they trembled. They trembled, vayamdu merachok, and they stood far away. And the Kotzker, so again, the Pashat Pshat is the Pasuk is describing an overwhelming experience. The mountain engulfed by flame, lightning, thunder, shofar. The people see it, they stand far away from the mountain, and they're trembling. There's a feeling of fear, there's a feeling of awe, a feeling of reverence. But the Kotzker says something amazing. You see, my friends, by Kabbalah Satorah, thousands of years ago in Har Sinai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu came down on the mountain. The Ribono Shel Olam descended from on high, and he came down to this world. Why? To meet us. To meet us. You see, he had interacted with us so many times before. He had spoken to the Avos, spoken to Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. He brought the plagues upon Egypt. He split the sea. He brought down the man. He did all of these things. But by Har Sinai on the Yom Tov of Shavuos, HaKadosh Baruch Hu came down to meet us. He came down, not just to give us information, not just to give us a Torah, but he literally descended from the celestial throne to this world because he wanted to meet me, and he wanted to meet you, and he wanted to meet all of Klal Yisrael. That's how much he loved us. He didn't just want to give us a body of law. He wanted to create a relationship. But something dramatic happened, says the Kotzker. Vaya'anu. Vaya'anu means we moved. We started to walk forward towards the mountain. But still, Vaya'amdu me'rachok. We remained far away. We started to move towards the mountain. We started to move towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We started to get closer. But then something happened. We held ourselves back. Vaya'amdu me'rachok, and we stood far away. Says the Kotzker, Kabbalah Satorah, Shavuos, was such an incredible opportunity. Hashem came down to be close to us. We started making our way forward. but then we just held ourselves back. Vayanu, we moved, but we still stood far away. We never made it as close as we could have on the Yom Tov of Shavuos. We never made it as close to God as He was willing to offer. We never made it as close to Him as He was willing to come to us. And the Kotzker leaves it at that. He doesn't explain why. And I think the why of it is exceptionally important. Probably we didn't go ahead and come close to God for a whole variety of reasons. Maybe it's insecurity. Maybe sometimes we feel that we're unworthy. Or maybe it's fear. It's fear that if I come too close to God and I come too close to Torah, that creates expectations. And I don't know if I'm capable of shouldering those expectations. And this happens so often in life, where an incredible opportunity presents itself. I'm all excited about it. I begin to make my way towards the opportunity. Vayanu, I move myself. No, I move. But then vayamdu merachok. I stay far away. I stay far away. I don't really engage the opportunity as I should or as I could. Again, insecurity, fear, other things that hold me back. So there's a little bit of a tragic element of this Yom Tov of Shavuos, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu had offered us an opportunity for unparalleled closeness, and we didn't fully take it. Moshe Rabbeinu took it, Aaron HaKohen took it, Yoshua took it, maybe the elders, the Zekanim took it, but most of the nation, we did not. We moved, but then we stood at a distance. It's kind of, we stood from the outside looking in, instead of walking into that beautiful relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And I think this happens a lot of times in our Yiddishkeit, where because of a variety of different things, sometimes we get a little bit scared to engage. And again, maybe it's the insecurities. I don't feel I'm on the level. I don't feel I'm holy enough. The fear, I don't know if I can manage all of the commitments. So I make movement, but I stand far away. Vayanu, I move. Vayamdu merachok, but I still stand back a little bit. So my dear friends, this Yom Tov of Shavuos offers us the opportunity to correct that historical mistake. Tonight, as we usher in the sanctity of this magnificent Yom Tov, HaKadosh Baruch Hu once again comes down to this world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu once again comes down on Har Sinai, but as opposed to coming down on the mountain in the Sinai desert, HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes down to each of us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes down to our homes. HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes down to our hearts with one simple desire, to connect to us. And on this Yom Tov of Shavuos, we must make a decision. Do we want to once again stand on the outside looking in? Do we want to once again stand far away and say, oh, how beautiful? Or could we muster up the courage to commit? Could we muster up the courage to engage? Can we muster up the strength to move forwards towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Our relationship with Hashem and our relationship with Torah can absolutely be scary. Person can engage in self-doubt. Am I worthy? Am I capable? Person can have incredible fear and anxiety. I don't want to bite off more than I could chew. But remember with whom you are engaging in this relationship. It's your Father. And He loves you. And He cares about you. And He knows your insecurities better than you know them. And He knows your fears better than you know them. And yet He still comes down. And yet He's still here. This, my beloved friends, is the Yom Tov of Shavuos. Let's not stand on the outside looking in. Let's not vayamdu merachok, stand far away. But this Yom Tov of Shavuos gives us the opportunity to figure out ways to move ourselves closer to God, closer to Torah. For some of us, we move closer through enhanced learning. For others, we move closer through enhanced observance. And that means different things for each of us. Observance looks one way for one person, different way for a different person. And that's between you and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But the most important thing is, move forward. Move closer. Stop standing far away. And I think this resonates with another level of importance. This Kotzker speaks to me a lot because I feel also, I have the great opportunity to still go to the shul every day. My office is there. I have the opportunity to be in the shul. And I take time to always learn in the shul, to daven in the shul. And that's even how I feel about our shul. Vayanu, every day I move. Vayamdu merachok. But I feel so far away. Because it's wonderful that I get to be there, but a shul is only truly holy and meaningful if all of you are there with me. So I move forward, but I still feel so far away. As I know that so many of you feel so far away as well, but I truly hope that in Meretz Hashem, in the coming week, in the coming weeks, that we'll begin to make our journey forward towards our shul, that we'll begin in Meretz Hashem, the slow and gradual process of reopening, at first outside and then in Meretz Hashem, hopefully soon inside. We stand far away now, gaze longingly at the shul in the distance, but in Meretz Hashem, you will see that in the next few days, we will begin to move ourselves forward. But on this Yom Tov of Shavuos, let us also take the opportunity to stop looking at God and stop looking at Torah from a distance. That's what our ancestors did. But we need not repeat the same behavior. I wish all of you a beautiful and magnificent, uplifting and holy Yom Tov of Shavuos. And I hope that although, for the most part, we will still be physically separate, that in Meretz Hashem, spiritually, we will each in our own way find the courage to move closer to Hashem, to move closer to Torah. And when we do so, we will feel HaKadosh Baruch Hu waiting for us with open arms. May we be Zochem Meretz Hashem over the Yom Tov of Shavuos, to feel the embrace and to feel the eternal love of our Father. And may we be Zochem Meretz Hashem, that this will be the last Yom Tov that we will spend apart. In the coming days and the coming weeks will offer us the opportunity and the beautiful, holy, heilig moments to Meretz Hashem come back together as a community. Wishing you a good Erev Yom Tov and a beautiful, uplifting, and meaningful Yom Tov of Shavuos. Have a wonderful day.